Welcome back to the couch here on Access 31. Our guest today, of course, Tony Simpson, the state member for Serpentine, Gerrida, and of course our local politician here who's been with us since the start, John D'Orazio, the member for Balladura. Welcome back, guys. Thank you for being on the couch today.
Thank you, Fred.
We spoke about daylight saving, and we're going to leave that one now. And now I'm going to ask you, Tony, first. What's happening with you? Because I know you've got some road safety issues that you want to cover.
Fred, I think I'm a passionate motorbike rider and involved with motorcycles and stuff, and also cars in general. A lot of friends that drag racers and so forth. And one of the things that sort of annoys me is the way the media drives the road toll. Basically running around about 200 deaths a year, which is... Is it accurate? Yeah. But if I can take you through some stats, if we go back something like about 20 or 30 years ago, it was around about 500 on the basis of the population. Really? We've done exceptionally well in the last, say, 12, 15 years with RBT, 05, seatbelt compulsory, all those issues that come in, cars are safer, there's money allocated, and we're doing so well of it. But the media seems to get hold of this whole process, and the Office of Road Safety, which is funded through the state government, I'm not sure if you're aware or not, but basically every week the state government collects around about 400,000 from multi-novas and red cameras and so forth. Yeah, and 1/3 of it goes back to road safety, and they're the ones that run those ads. And I honestly think that some days those ads I'm looking at going, are they making the impact to actually make people aware? And it's like a lot of sort of web pages out there you read about on road safety and issues, and things like you'll see a young kid gets his car taken off him for hoon behaviour. A
couple of days.
Well, yeah, well, that can be first time 24 hours and 48, and you have to ask the question, when's the last person died from doing a burnout, which is an issue there. But society drives us to actually react on those people. And the thing that sort of worries me a little bit going down this road that we're always now looking at, just recently I was talking about dropping the kilometres speed limits down by 10.
Down to 50 they want to
do. And it's like, how many more rules and regulations do we end up becoming a nanny state? And when we say there's road accidents on our road, do we actually look at every accident and go, hey, was it speed? Was it alcohol? Was it a weather? Like when the road is wet and I can't see where I'm going, who's at fault there? You know, and that becomes part of the statistics. And I sort of wonder if are we doing the right thing? We seem to be making more and more rules, and it's sort of like, I'm scared of this.
So what would you like to see happen, Tony?
Well, spot on, Fred. The actual issue there, we've taken $400,000 a week. That could be acted on that thing. If we go through each death, and if it is a road problem, well, let's start fixing this road to make it good. If there is a certain thing the car wasn't roadworthy, are we doing enough checks? In Eastern States, you do green slips every year to get your car registered. Is that a better system than the yellow sticker system? These are the kind of key areas we've got to look at it. I'm sort of concerned about the process of this hoon law, which is, it is having an impact, but what is the cost of operating that? To take the car, impound it, the person come pick it up, and is it having an impact? Maybe you should say to the driver, right, come here, young lady, we're going to take you through a road safety course. Maybe we should inject you and say, this is what happened when you hit a car, this is how you drive a car. Maybe you should need to educate them. Use the carrot instead of the stick process.
I think they should take the car away for a lot longer than a couple of days.
That's it. And there's talk about now of crushing the car, which I thought, well, hang on.
What for?
Exactly. Now you're just taking off, you crushed it, now you can't get to work, and then that whole process unfolds. So I don't think we're actually looking, we've got this stigma attitude where we actually beat them when they do something wrong and saying, here's a carrot, you need to do this. It's like the old saying, you lose 12 points for speeding, but you don't get anything for being good.
Actually, talking about road safety, I went over east, and I think it was Sydney or Melbourne, they have a system where the police pull you over and they give you a cheque for $100, like a voucher, for being a good driver.
Carrot.
Exactly.
Not stick. And that's the thing I'm saying, like 12 points, how many people you know have driven all their life and never lost a demerit point?
And I do like also the multi-novas over in Sydney, rather than put the sign 3 metres away from the camera, where you're still going to get caught, they have signs everywhere saying speed cameras used in this area.
I think you need both.
You need both.
Are you bipartisan on this one, John? Do you agree with Tony?
I think the rules are in place, and the hoon legislation is absolutely important, and maybe needs to be tightened up.
That's the part I'm concerned about. When you start tightening it up,
but I think you also need the education. I think you need the education as well. There's no question that there are some irresponsible people, and we've got to stop them affecting normal people. But there's also the education process, and I think there's a balance.
John, you're releasing something into the
Parliament. Well, no, the fact now that the Mandurah line is about to open, and I'm passionate about cross-regional transport, and when I got into Parliament...
Do we know when it's opening? Do we have a date?
Well, sometime between now and Christmas.
Now and Christmas, okay.
So, but my point is, look, that's now completed.
Is it happening this year? I have to ask you that because I'm always not sure.
That's already happening. We now need to look at what's next. And I got into Parliament on the cross-regional link, linking up the northern line to the southern line, to picking up the Midland line. And then I see the Minister announce one part of my proposal, which was the link from the Bayswater line or the Morley line or the Midland line to the airport. What I'm now actually promoting is to link up the Joondalup line to the Midland line to the Armidale line, which is a cross-regional link. But we need a cross-regional link. That needs to happen, and I'm now going to promote that.
Can the public get involved in supporting you?
Well, I've already met with all the councils, and the councils have already been talking about it, and this proposal's not new. It goes back to 1996. There's a lot of work being done. It needs now to happen. We've got a surplus of $2 billion. You could actually build this for $800 million. We need the next project. This needs to be the next project, and I want to promote it. The other issue that I think is really important is housing and how we provide reasonably cheap housing, rental housing for those people who can't afford it. Rents have gone through the roof. I'm now looking at trying to introduce some process whereby we use government land on a shared equity basis with super funds to provide cheap housing. You could actually end up with rents that are in the $150 to $200 on a normal house. As long as the government commits to providing the land, you can get private super funds to put in the building capital, build the project. It's the way of the future. We need to have... We've got shared equity with people owning. Why not have shared equity with super funds owning, but then using those for rentals?
For public housing?
No, cheap rentals for public housing. Well, because that's the area that's lacking currently and needs to be addressed. And I think both the state government and the federal government need to look at this area. It is the biggest area that comes into my office every day. People who can't afford to rent housing and haven't got access to housing.
So I know we're a little bit ahead of ourselves here, just quickly before we wrap up. Is it Howard, or do you think it's going to be Rudd at this election?
Too close to call.
Yes.
Do you think Howard may come back? Right at the
every election, the two parties, as election day comes, the margin narrows. It's a matter of what people think, and there's only going to be 5 or 10%. It's those people that haven't got a passionate belief one way or the other, what they're going to do when they walk into the ballot area on the day. And I think it's going to be very tight.
Do you know, I saw an ad on TV, and I was sort of not promoting one party or the other, but it actually promoted people going out there to vote. It's very important that people do vote, and I think it was the Labor side.
Well, it's compulsory, so they have to vote.
But a lot of people tend not to vote, or they're donkey vote.
So, yeah.
Do you guys as politicians want to tell people not to do that, or is there advice
don't
to
waste
the public?
your vote, Fred. Honestly, don't waste your vote.
Look, at the end of the day, we're in a democracy. People are entitled to do whatever they want. What we need to do is to make sure that the clear intention of the community is established, and that will be done at the election. At this stage, I think it's neck and neck. Obviously, Rudd, it looks like winning, but I think it's going to be very tight.
I always say... you can never tell to the last poll.
Absolutely, that's what I'm saying.
It's a hard election.
A week in politics is a very long time.
Well, congratulations to both the leaders. Hopefully one of them will enjoy their win and one will enjoy their loss. But thank you very much to our winners here. John D'Orazio, Tony Simpson, you are winners when it comes to the couch. Thanks for being here today. Sorry to, of course, Jay Radisich couldn't be with us and Trevor Sprigg was out of the state. So we'll have them back again on the couch very soon. That's that. We'll take a break and we'll have more of the couch right after this.